I've scared a lot of people in my videos so far. But what about me? I can't even remember the last time I got scared, to be honest. Horror games don't hit the same anymore. I remember Five Nights at Freddy's, Slender Man, and a little later Granny being the big 3 mobile horror games I used to play as a little kid. I even have some footage of 7-year-old me playing Five Nights at Freddy's 3 when it just came out, but I'll show that at the end of the video. Anyways, I'm gonna make a device that gives me an electrical shock whenever I move or make a sound while doing scary things, to maybe get that feeling back. I'm looking for a shocking device that isn't some weak little zap from one of those pens, but on the other end doesn't unalive me. Electronic rat trap. I think if I had rats in my living room, I wouldn't live there any longer, to be honest. And the smell also gotta be a great feature. Rechargeable anti-bark color. Yeah, that'll do. The only problem is that if I get jump scared, I don't really scream or something, I just...
But then, for the first time in a long while, a genius idea was cooked in Robstick's little frying pan.
I got an idea. What if I just connect a harmonica to my mouth, like in this video? So I ordered a harmonica too and waited. The dog collar didn't arrive yet, but I want to try this first. So I launched Five Nights at Freddy's 4 for the test, which is the scariest of all the FNAFs in my opinion. Put the volume on max, darkened my room, and I quickly got my first jump scare. Now I just gotta hope that the dog collar detects the harmonica. So my shock collar arrived and it works pretty good. You can even modify the shock intensity from 1 to 8 as well as the sound sensitivity. I connected 2 wires to the shock outlets because I'm obviously not gonna put this thing around my neck, but I'm first gonna test this thing on a multimeter. And then on myself. At level 1 I didn't really feel a thing. Level 3 tingled a bit. Level 5 gave a decent zap, but level 8 actually hurt. So I 3D printed a little setup over here that connects my mouth to the harmonica, to the sensor, to the electric shock and to my wrists. So I'm gonna give it a shot. The electric shock is now on level 4. I gotta say, it's a lot more effective on my wrists than in the palm of my hands. The next thing I did was buying and installing some of the games you guys recommended. With the first game being The Joy of Creation, being the scariest FNAF game according to Google.
Bruh.
The goal in this game is to survive the night by searching for fuses to keep the power on and the cameras running, while at the same time getting harassed by 4 animatronics. Freddy needs to be flashed on the left, middle or right, which you can see on the cameras. Bonnie just destroys the camera if you look at him, which will cost you some time and a fuse. Foxy is the opposite of Bonnie, he needs to be stared at to disappear. And last but not least, Chica will come through your ceiling and will unalive you if you don't find all her cupcakes in time. I started pretty good, finding all the fuses, finding Freddy and fending off Foxy, but the moment Chica came out of the ceiling, I spent too much time finding the cupcakes, allowing Foxy to catch me lacking. In attempt 2, Foxy caught me lacking again. But from then on, I started playing on autopilot and it didn't even scare me anymore. After a long battle, I finished the game and I gotta say it's one of the best short games I've played so far, but after getting jump scared twice, it wasn't really that scary anymore. In Phasmophobia, your goal is to go in a haunted building and find the correct type of ghost or spirit with the help of the tools you bring with you. If you have enough evidence and you picked out the right ghost, you complete the level and get paid. But in reality, this is way more complicated than it sounds. You have like 84 different meters and ghost detectors that all do a different thing, and you can only bring 3 at a time. And the ghosts just leave no evidence. Until some random dude spawned in front of me at max volume. And another hour later of nothing happening, I finally finished the level. Since I was getting all of the shocks, I wanted to share some. So I convinced a friend of mine who isn't a big fan of horror games to play FNAF 4 with his arms connected to a high voltage power outlet. And before the game started, it already went off. Then my buddy got jump scared. And then the thing just went off without a reason. So I took over because he didn't like it anymore. Played another FNAF remake. Finished the night. And booted up the next game. We all know Minecraft, right? For the older audience watching this, it's the video game from the movie where a lot of people were throwing popcorn all over the movie theater. Well, the broken script is a heavily modded and distorted version of the game that can even crash your world. So without really knowing what to expect, I started the world, did the basic chop wood, mine cobblestone, mine iron progression without anything weird happening yet. Until I made a bed and cooked some meat, a really loud MP3 sound was played and my render distance changed to 2. So I set it back to 16 and 5 minutes later this happened again. Oh my God, bro. Then a weird smiley appeared along with a stone pillar. Then Null joined my game without me inviting him first, but whatever, he'll probably just do his own thing. Well, I was wrong, because after killing an iron golem, my ears had to endure the loudest sound I've ever heard. I didn't even get scared, I just didn't expect my headphones to go this high, and went back outside to some villagers that are called testificates, which means witnesses in normal words, and they probably got this name after witnessing me almost going deaf. I started making my house, when yet again this isn't even scary, it's just loud. So I loaded back in, went back to my house, finished it, found a weird wooden box with a very well hidden trap. I got full iron, found another village, and after an hour of nothing happening except for my render distance changing and me putting it back, I decided to call it a day. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, join my Discord in the description and see ya!